Navigating the Skies, an introduction to CFR Part 121 and Part 135. The world of aviation is governed by a complex web of regulations designed to ensure the safety of passengers, crew members, and those on the ground. These regulations are essential for maintaining order and preventing accidents in the bustling airspace. In the United States, these regulations are codified in the Federal Aviation Regulations, a comprehensive set of rules enforced by the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA plays a critical role in overseeing and implementing these regulations to ensure compliance. Two of the most significant sections of the FARs for commercial aviation are Part 121 and Part 135, which govern the operations of larger and smaller air carriers, respectively. These parts are tailored to address the unique challenges and requirements of different types of aviation operations. Part 121, often referred to as the Scheduled Air Carrier Regulations, applies to airlines operating large aircraft, typically with a seating capacity of more than 9 passengers. These regulations ensure that large-scale operations adhere to stringent safety standards. These carriers operate on fixed schedules and routes, connecting major cities and transporting a high volume of travelers daily. The consistency and reliability of these operations are vital for the global transportation network. Think of airlines like American, Delta, or United. These giants of the sky fall under the purview of Part 121. Their extensive networks and large fleets are subject to rigorous oversight. On the other hand, Part 135, known as the Commuter and On-Demand Operations Regulations, covers smaller aircraft in a wider variety of operations. This part is designed to accommodate the flexibility and diversity of smaller-scale aviation services. This part encompasses everything from charter flights and air taxi services to aerial photography and medical transport. The versatility of Part 135 operations allows for specialized services that cater to specific needs. Part 135 operators often fly smaller aircraft, serving regional airports and providing more personalized services tailored to specific needs. These operators play a crucial role in connecting remote areas and offering customized travel solutions. While both Part 121 and Part 135 share the fundamental goal of ensuring safe air travel, they differ significantly in their specific requirements. These differences are necessary to address the distinct operational environments and challenges faced by each category. These differences stem from the varying operational complexities, aircraft sizes, and passenger volumes involved in each category. Understanding these nuances is essential for anyone involved in the aviation industry. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for appreciating the comprehensive safety net woven into the fabric of commercial aviation. This intricate system ensures that every flight, regardless of size or purpose, adheres to the highest safety standards. Behind the controls, pilot certification and experience. The pilots who command these aircraft represent the first line of defense in ensuring safe operations. As such, both Part 121 and Part 135 impose stringent requirements on pilot certification and experience, albeit with some notable differences. Part 121, governing larger airlines, demands the highest level of pilot qualification. Captains piloting these aircraft must hold an airline transport pilot certificate, a rigorous certification requiring a minimum of 1,500 flight hours, along with stringent written and practical examinations. This extensive experience ensures that pilots possess the necessary skills and judgment to handle the complexities of flying large aircraft in demanding airspace. In contrast, Part 135 allows for more flexibility in pilot certification, reflecting the varying nature of operations under this part. While some operations, particularly those involving larger aircraft or transporting passengers, may require pilots to hold an ATP certificate, others, such as aerial photography or pipeline patrol, might only necessitate a commercial pilot certificate. This flexibility allows Part 135 operators to tailor their pilot qualifications to the specific demands of their operations. However, regardless of the certification level, all pilots operating under Part 135 must meet specific experience thresholds, including minimum flight hours in the aircraft type and in command of an aircraft. These experience requirements, though potentially less stringent than those under Part 121, ensure that pilots possess a sufficient level of proficiency to operate safely in their respective roles. Ready for takeoff, training and checking requirements. Beyond pilot certification, both Part 121 and Part 135 mandate comprehensive training programs designed to equip pilots with the knowledge and skills necessary to handle a wide range of operational scenarios. These programs are meticulously crafted to ensure that pilots are not only proficient in routine operations, but also adept at managing unexpected situations. These training programs, often conducted in sophisticated simulators that mimic real-world conditions, cover everything from normal procedures to emergency situations, ensuring pilots are prepared for any eventuality. The simulators provide a safe environment to practice and perfect responses to various in-flight challenges. Part 121, with its focus on large-scale passenger operations, mandates a particularly rigorous training regimen. This includes extensive training modules that cover every aspect of flight operations, from pre-flight checks to post-flight procedures. Pilots undergo initial training, often lasting several weeks, followed by recurrent training every 6 months. This ensures that pilots remain current with the latest operational standards and regulatory requirements. This recurrent training includes both ground school and simulator sessions, covering topics like aircraft systems, emergency procedures, and crew resource management. Ground school provides the theoretical foundation, while simulator sessions offer practical, hands-on experience. The emphasis on regular training ensures that pilots maintain a high level of proficiency and stay abreast of the latest industry practices. Continuous learning and practice are key to maintaining the highest standards of safety and efficiency. Part 135 training requirements, while generally less stringent than those under Part 121, still strive to ensure a high level of pilot competency. These requirements are tailored to the specific needs and operational contexts of smaller aircraft and private jet operations. The specific training requirements vary depending on the type of operation and the complexity of the aircraft. This flexibility allows for customized training programs that address the unique challenges of different flight operations. For instance, operators flying more sophisticated aircraft or engaging in passenger-carrying operations often adhere to training standards comparable to those under Part 121. This ensures a uniform level of safety and proficiency across different types of operations. The goal, regardless of the specific requirements, is to equip pilots with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to operate safely and effectively. Comprehensive training programs are essential in fostering a culture of safety and excellence in aviation. By mandating comprehensive training programs and regular proficiency checks, both Part 121 and Part 135 contribute significantly to maintaining a high level of safety in commercial aviation. These measures ensure that pilots are always prepared to handle the complexities of modern flight operations. Section 4. Staying sharp in the air. Recurrent training and proficiency checks. The journey to becoming a proficient pilot doesn't end with initial training. Both Part 121 and Part 135 emphasize the importance of ongoing training and evaluation to maintain proficiency and reinforce safety standards. These regulations require pilots to undergo recurrent training at regular intervals, ensuring their knowledge and skills remain sharp. Part 121, known for its stringent safety protocols, mandates recurrent training for pilots every 6 months. This training typically involves a combination of ground school and simulator sessions, covering a wide range of topics. Pilots refresh their knowledge of aircraft systems, emergency procedures, crew resource management, and other essential areas. The recurrent training culminates in a proficiency check, often conducted in a simulator, where pilots demonstrate their ability to handle various operational scenarios. Part 135, while offering more flexibility, also emphasizes the importance of recurrent training. The frequency and scope of training vary depending on the type of operation and the complexity of the aircraft involved. Pilots flying more sophisticated aircraft or engaged in passenger-carrying operations typically undergo more frequent and comprehensive training compared to those involved in simpler operations. Regardless of the specific requirements, the underlying principle remains the same. Regular training is crucial for maintaining proficiency and reinforcing safe operating practices. By mandating recurrent training and proficiency checks, both Part 121 and Part 135 contribute to creating a culture of continuous improvement and safety within the aviation industry. Section 5. Time for a break, duty times, rest periods, and dispatch requirements. Fatigue poses a significant risk in aviation, potentially impairing pilot performance and decision-making. It can lead to slower reaction times, decreased situational awareness, and even errors in judgment. Recognizing this, both Part 121 and Part 135 impose strict limitations on duty times and require adequate rest periods to combat pilot fatigue. These regulations are designed to ensure that pilots have sufficient time to recover and be fully alert for their next flight. These regulations prioritize flight safety by ensuring that pilots are well-rested and alert while operating an aircraft. A well-rested pilot is more capable of handling unexpected situations and making critical decisions. Part 121, governing larger airlines, enforces particularly stringent duty time limitations. These rules are in place to manage the demanding schedules of commercial pilots. Pilots are restricted in the number of hours they can fly within a given period and must adhere to mandatory rest periods between flights and duty periods. This helps to prevent cumulative fatigue over time. These regulations take into account factors such as flight time, time zones crossed, and the number of consecutive duty days. This comprehensive approach ensures that all aspects of a pilot's schedule are considered. Airlines operating under Part 121 must have robust fatigue risk management programs in place, utilizing software and scheduling practices to prevent pilot fatigue. These programs are essential for maintaining high safety standards. Part 135, while generally less restrictive, also emphasizes the importance of pilot rest. This part covers smaller, often charter operations, where flexibility is balanced with safety. The specific duty time limitations and rest requirements vary depending on the type of operation and the time of day. For example, early morning and late night flights have different rest requirements. For instance, operations involving single pilot crews or nighttime flying often have more restrictive duty time limits. This is to ensure that pilots are not overly fatigued during these more challenging conditions. Part 135 operators must also have systems in place to track pilot duty times and ensure compliance with rest requirements. These systems help in monitoring and managing pilot schedules effectively. By prioritizing pilot rest and limiting duty times, both Part 121 and Part 135 aim to mitigate the risk of fatigue-related errors. This proactive approach is crucial for maintaining the highest levels of safety in aviation. These regulations recognize the crucial role of well-rested pilots in maintaining safe flight operations. Ensuring that pilots are alert and ready to perform their duties is essential for the safety of everyone on board.